Caster's curse, right? You really want a caster rooting for you?
You know, that was a very selfish thing that you just did by vocalizing the players that you're cheering for. You've actually just debuffed them. You've nerfed them going into this.
Well,
and maybe that's the help that Axis and Tanker need. Everybody, we're jumping into game one. Let's see what we got.
So far, Vipr locked in on the Ulgrim and Solarson on the Kaya. Now, immediately I'm just thinking, these picks feel a bit reversed to me. I usually see Solarson on that Ulgrim, and I don't see Vipr too often on either Lance or Axe.
That's how you know they're a good team. Right? They're just switching it up a little bit. You know, they're just proving a point here. It's about the greater synergy. 4 plus 3 is 3 plus 4 at the end of the day, isn't it? At the moment, though, Vipr is looking for this edge guard against Tanker. Not going to be able to find it quite yet. Coming in with that sidelight, though, they are dominating the ground and just controlling all of that space, making it so difficult for the blue team to get back on.
Yeah, nice signature coming out from Vipr, going to be taking that first stock, and Solarson does have his back, taking that second one as well. They do got themselves a pretty decent lead here in the beginning of the first game, in the beginning, but Axis and the Tanker, they are still in this game. They just need to find these knockouts.
Okay, nice dodge there, able to avoid Viper's sidelight, gets a couple of neutralers as well, holding it back down to the ground. Tanker is looking for an Ensig that does not actually find its mark at all. Red team is dealing a lot of damage, both of them holding onto 3 stocks apiece and holding onto center stage. They have kept blue team in disadvantage. They have kept them juggling. They can't seem to get an opening, and Tanker... Okay, Axis doesn't actually get that KO. Whoa.
And this is just a beautiful display of how to maintain, how to sustain your lead in a 2v2 game. But finally, Tanker is going to be able to take that first stock off of Vipr, and Axis is going to be able to do the same onto Solarson, but the damage is already done. They're already both solo, and Solarson and Vipr, they're already thinking about the knockouts here.
Yeah, they're thinking about it, and they're acting upon it too. Axis getting sent all the way to the left side. Tanker not going to be able to connect that at all, as Vipr with an excellent counter hit coming in there, saving his teammate, and then also getting a stock as well. Now Axis super deep into the red, taking so much damage, but Tanker, what is Tanker doing off stage?
Vipr and Solarson, you know, they had a massive lead, but they're kind of falling a bit further behind now. Axis and Tanker, they're definitely applying this damage. Look at the top right screen. Look at the top right of the screen. They're already down in orange. They need to take out Tanker, and they need to take him out quickly if they want a good chance here.
Okay, that's going to be the D-Sig, the classic, the Chun-Li classic, and now Tanker all the way out on the opposite side, letting them go in on Axis. They're separating the blue team. They're not letting them play doubles.
So close, but the spear recovery unfortunately isn't going to be connecting. Tries to go for the side stick as well. Tanker now is going to be going down to that signature coming out from Vipr, and this should be GG unless Axis has something else in mind. He's on those gauntlets. Scratch that. He already took another stock. He's actually in a winnable position.
That was such a funny D-Sig. That was Vipr saying, yeah, I mean, you might hit me, but at least I have my teammate behind me. This is looking like a little bit GG's for Axis at the moment. Can't seem to pick up that weapon. That is going to be the KO confirm, and that is game number 1 going to the EU boys.
Game number 1 going to the EU boys indeed. And we see here Tanker and Axis, they're kind of thinking a little bit, discussing what they can do better. This is one of my favorite things about LAN is that you can get to see the cameras. Vipr smirking into the camera a little bit. But yeah, Axis and Tanker, you can see them talking to each other. You can see their face expressions. They're like, okay, we don't know what they're actually talking about, but it's always interesting. We
can always make an inference, I suppose. We can always look at Vipr's expression, especially, just think of all the evil deeds that are going on in his head. So that first game that did go to Vipr and Solarson, and it did so pretty confidently. I feel like the biggest thing to keep note of, man, they separated blue team, and they weren't even able to play 1v1s. It's like they're both playing 1v1s, but they both can't land, right? They can't land, they can't get back onto the stage, and they took a lot of damage as well, and they're not able to get any big combos going. Boots are an interesting weapon in twos. It's very important to consider the fact that you're always on top of the an enemy that you're attacking, and it's full of a lot of like laggy multi-hits, right? So if you hit it, your other opponent has the opportunity to come in there and interrupt whatever you're doing, and it doesn't feel like Boots had a lot of presence last game as a result. Didn't get anything going.
So far, both of the teams have gotten something going in this in the beginning of this first game. Some team combos across the board, some damage. Tanker is going to be going out, and Solarson is going to be able to take down Axis as well. And now I do actually see also in the crowd that it is getting absolutely filled up with the Swedish players. And filled up, I mean one person in the crowd is Swedish. It's of course Hermesen, so I'm expecting him to get loud.
That's right. That's the Swedish representation that we've come here to see.
It's one guy.
Okay, this is so funny. Solarson and Vipr have gone through the same tactic like 5 times in a row. Vipr is off stage saying, ooh, I want a spike, and Solarson keeps lobbing it, and then Vipr keeps missing it over and over again. It's so funny, and one of these days it's gonna hit, and Vipr is gonna get that stock, just not today.
And it's going to be very, very satisfactory when they do actually finally connect that. But Axis is going to be able to take a stock off of Solarson. This is an off-stage situation. That should be an easy stock taken, but it took them some extra time. But that doesn't actually even matter too much to them because that allows them to get this 1v2 now. Now, they're not able to maximize a lot of damage out of that, but the opportunity was there.
Okay, Solarson right now just looking to get that recovery and does connect it indeed. Also going to be knocking out Axis as well. Look at this, 4 stocks to 2. This is exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of the red team. If you're a fan of the blue team, not so much. You have a lot to come back from at the moment, and it does not feel like blue team has had any presence so far. They're not able to get anything going.
Yeah, red team has kind of been outshining them in every single aspect so far. Blue team, they do have their moments, but whenever they do have their moments, it feels like they always kind of fall short, right?
Okay, love that sidelight interruption from Vipr. Going out there, almost ended up knocking out Solarson, but that's okay. Axis ended up getting both his teammate and Solarson stacked. That's a lot of friendly fire, and you can't get away with friendly fire once you are down this much. When you're down in pieces, you cannot trade.
Vipr going down though, and you already see Axis trying to go for something big, but Vipr with the recovery all the way up off the top of the screen. They had an opportunity for a second, but as Tanker goes down, this opportunity is fading. Axis is taking so much hit, so many attacks right now. Solarson just chilling. He's just chilling, Dara. Why are you laughing? He's just chilling out. He's looking for these unlines. The weapon throw is going deeper connecting.
Yeah, I want to. Can we get the cameras on Vipr and Solarson, please? If not, that's totally okay too. I just thought of a laugh.
Solarson, dude,
laugh after that.
Solarson is like the most one of the most stone-faced players like in the scene, and even he was smirking after that.
If Solarson is smiling, then it's over.
Yeah, if Solarson is smiling, then you're like, okay, this is some serious business right now.
Yeah, that movement was so funny. He was like, yeah, man, I got a lead. I have no damage on me. Oop, I'm gonna move. Oop, oop, oop. He kept nudging himself closer and closer. He didn't press anything at all.
Yeah.
You just don't have to at that point. So, really good stuff to Solarson and Vipr. They're now up 2-0.
I do want to say, they are in no position to troll. Like, these games are not that close. These games are not that dominant for them. They are like, they're not super close, but it's like I would not be trolling.
They're winning.
They're winning, but like,
but
you
they're
know,
not like, it's not winning so hard that you can justify trolling at a LAN.
This is an asterisk win, as you were mentioning. This is a win, but it was kind of close though.
That's right. So going into game number 3, Tanker and Axis potentially on the final match of today. They are sitting in elimination 5.
Yeah, this is elimination side, so this is very, very serious business right now. Tanker and Axis potentially in their tournament game right now.
Serious business, and Vipr is just rolling over himself.
Hey, it is serious business though.
That's right. At the moment, though, Tanker barely making it back onto the stage.
What an amazing stock. So Solarson basically clean stocked him. Basically took no damage, but still finds that stock. Solarson, again, is on fire.
Solarson looking for that GCD light, doesn't find it, lands back down with the neutraler. And now all of a sudden, Tanker and Axis, they are bleeding Polly, and they need a bandage ASAP because, man, let me tell you, they're taking damage, they're down 2 games, and they're getting all these team combos, and Axis wasn't able to interrupt it either.
That's the beginning of a 2v2 combo. They're gonna be completing it as well. 6 stocks against 3, and Axis is looking quite damaged. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to hear some sirens.
Oh god, are those the EU sirens?
Yes.
Oh, I can hear them. I can feel them.
That's the EU siren.
Is that it?
You never got the joke?
No. The whole time it was just a stupid pun?
Jesus, yes!
God. I have so much contempt for you. That's fine. right now, all of a sudden...
They're evening it out, though. They're evening it out.
That's not what I would have expected.
No, me neither. But, I mean, this is what happens. They're getting a little bit chillaxed. They're trolling a little bit sometimes, you know. And, you know, even though Tanker and Axis, they are looking quite damaged on these stocks, this is still very possible. They just need to not get knocked out. Tanker, specifically, Tanker, you need to start spectating, dude. Don't go for these approaches, because the first mistake that you make is going to be your last. And there it is.
Yeah, and Axis not able to get there in time. You're stuck at 2 stocks, but what's even the point if you're down to a last stock and Solarson and Vipr are sitting at 1 and 2 respectively? It's 2v1 combo time, and now maybe when you have a 3-stock lead, maybe a little trolling action.
No. See, this is the game that's going to send them out of the tournament completely. Like, even Vipr and Solarson, they have the heart to not troll now.
Yeah, they understand what's at stake. They have ethics. Okay.
Tournament etiquette.
Oh, right now, though, Solarson trying to get something going. Axis just knocking Solarson off stage. Vipr finally gets that neutralite. Solarson not going to be able to find that pickup quite yet.
Yeah, they are taking this seriously. This is very close still. Solarson in a dangerous situation, but Vipr is able to get some of that pressure off of him. Solarson unfortunately not able to get that follow-up, but Vipr is looking deadly right now on this Lance. Anything not going to be enough. Goes for the weapon throw, tries to go for something a little bit funky. So, is this some tomfoolery?
Oh, is this some tomfoolery?
Okay.
Wait, that didn't KO? That didn't knock out? Solarson's still going to be able to make it back onto the stage, no weapon in hand. Axis gets that side of
It's possible. Axis?
No.
Don't give up on me now. He dodges that NSIG as well. Playing very, very carefully. Vipr perhaps getting a little bit desperate now with these attacks. So much of it missing. Sayer is not going to be connecting, and Axis has one final glimmer of hope. But Vipr and Solarson are going to be closing out that game. And there it is.
There was one sider that connected onto Solarson that I was like, wait, that didn't KO? I felt like that should have.
See, that's the polymount above. I believed in them, they win. There's no such thing as the caster's curse for me.
We're not going to come back and clip this in about 15